And all of that was filmed right here in my office. No expensive camera, no crazy lighting gear, just my phone. And this video is proof that even if you don't have the budget for an expensive camera, you can still create great content. So in this video, I'm going to talk about my camera settings that I have on my phone, the app that I used, and some additional things that are going to be very useful and helpful to you when it comes to creating content only on your phone. So without further ado, let's get into it. There were two main reasons why I wanted to make this video. For one, I want to showcase the fact that you can make great quality content without having a ton of expensive gear. Literally all you need is your phone, something that everybody has. And second, that you don't always need to be in some crazy exciting place in order to make content. I think that a lot of the times is what people get hung up on, is that they don't think that their life is exciting enough, or they don't think that the things that they're doing on a day-to-day basis is any reason to film what it is that they're doing. And so when I initially started the Filming Myself in Public series and asked you guys to, put your requests in as far as, okay, give me ideas of where you would like to see me film myself in public. And one of the requests was in my home office, not necessarily in public. It is a little misleading, but this is a lot of the times where I am editing and creating content. So I figured that this was a perfect opportunity to show you guys how I capture B-roll that isn't in some exotic place like a beach in Puerto Morelos. It is just simply in my office, me doing the things that I do on a day-to-day basis. So for my setup, like I said, I simply used my phone and I used two accessories. One was the tripod for my phone that you guys have seen in many other videos. And secondly was this vlog selfie monitor. And I'm going to get back to that in just a little bit. I didn't use any additional lighting. The sun rises in the east, which is over in this back area here against my window. So I have really nice natural light in here in the morning. I simply just use the natural light that is coming through my window and it turns out pretty amazing. But like I've told you guys, really think about the storytelling aspect of it, getting different angles of the things that you're doing, getting different focal lengths of the things that you're doing. And so using my phone, the app that I used to do all of this was the Blackmagic Camera app. Is that what it's called? Yeah, it's a free app. Doesn't cost anything. This gives you so much more control over the look and feel of your video. The Blackmagic Camera app gives you the ability to change your focal length, change your white balance, change your shutter speed. It's way more control over your settings than you would have if you were just using the native camera app that comes on your phone. The settings that I used were, I shot in 4K at 24 frames per second, my white balance on auto, and I switched my ISO depending on where I was in my office and switch between the focal lengths of the lenses, 13 millimeters, 24 millimeters, and 48 millimeters, I believe. One thing that I really want to point out when it comes to capturing all of your content on your phone, especially if you are filming in log or in ProRes, it definitely does take up more space. If I were to only be creating content on my phone, I would 100% have a portable SSD to plug into my phone so that you can essentially always record to that when it comes to recording your content. I will place a few options for these SSDs in the description below. One thing that I wanted to mention before I get into capturing the B-roll sequence, this vlog selfie monitor is a huge helping hand when it comes to capturing content on your phone. So the selfie monitor can actually magnetically attach so that if you are creating content like this, you can see yourself and you can still use the back camera, which is what I highly, highly encourage you to use. But almost the entire time today, I did not use it on the back of my phone. I would use it to set up my shot, press record, and just make sure that my shot looked the way that I wanted it to. Basically like what the Mimo app does for me when I use the Osmo Pocket 3. I have actually had a couple of these little selfie monitors. I have one from Small Rig. I have this one. I will just link it below. I don't even remember what the company's name is. I also have one from Insta360. I really like the one from Insta360 because it has a little light around the screen. If you are using the back camera, and not only can you see yourself, but you can control the temperature of the light around the selfie monitor, and you can control the brightness, which is super, super nice. The only thing about this is that it does have to be connected to your phone. It's not wireless. There's kind of like pros and cons with all of them. This one definitely beats the one from Small Rig that I have. And the reason being is there is no delay with this. What you see on your phone is what you see on this monitor. The one from Small Rig, if you are filming in 4K, there's like a huge delay, and it's very annoying, to be quite honest. I will link this below. You can just make sure that your shot looks the way that you want with your little selfie monitor, and you're good to go. So when it comes to capturing B-roll, the storytelling piece of it is really how I want somebody to feel when they are watching this video. For my B-roll sequence this morning, I was kind of like, it's just a gorgeous sunny day outside. I'm like in my cozies. We're going to have a nice cup of coffee. We're just going to answer some emails. I was on a group coaching call and really just having a morning working from home. And those different shots and those different angles that I keep mentioning are really what is going to do that. So remember, I'm always encouraging you guys, usually try to take the same shot from 2 or 3 different angles and then 2 or 3 different focal lengths of that shot, just so that you have a nice variety and you have plenty of footage to choose from when it comes to putting your B-roll sequence together. Okay, you guys, so remember what I have said in previous videos where you don't always have to film your B-roll in the sequence that it is presented in the video. So that's why it is uber important to write down your shot list and then essentially go through it again and write down the order of the shot list. So we just got my establishing shot. Now, because I come in and I set my coffee down on my hot plate, now I'm going to get a close-up of the hot plate, the coffee being set down. And another thing to remember, just to make this look as realistic as possible, is do the motion that you naturally did with the rest of your body in the shot, even if it's just the B-roll shot. So right there, I actually took my coffee cup, sat it down, and then sat down in my chair because that's what I did in the opening shot. And as usual, you guys, have fun with this. You know, I have things that I could have set up to do that overhead shot, but I was like, you know what's going to take me about 2 minutes is if I climb on top of this desk, duct tape my phone to the ceiling, and get my top-down shot by simply just doing that. And even just that shot, that one angle, even just that one shot and that one angle will really make the B-roll sequence a whole. So when you're filming your B-roll, remember the story that you are trying to tell and the feeling that you are trying to provoke from whoever is watching that. This is 100% gonna make me sound old, but you guys, best investment I made when I bought my home was a cordless vacuum cleaner. I use this shit to clean up literally anything and everything. Best investment. Highly recommend. I've said this before and I will say it again. The best camera is the one you already have. I know it's cliche. I know I'm not the first person to say that. I hope that video was helpful for you guys. Lots of good things on the docket coming up. So thank you as always for being here. And if you haven't yet, be sure to sign up for my newsletter down below. I'm essentially giving people tips, a little bit more insight into what videos are coming up next. And there's lots and lots of goodies that'll be coming from that. So be sure to check that out, sign up. As always, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next video.